Meghan Markle has had so many awkward moments that still haunt her to this day.
Meghan Markle suffered an awkward microphone blunder after a charity event.
Good evening. I knew I could find in a bookstore. Place it there.
The Duchess met with crowds in a stunning blue dress that appeared to be quite see-through on the bottom half.
Like, do you remember that time in her Netflix documentary series with her husband, Prince Harry, where it got a lot of people talking because she shared a moment when she met Queen Elizabeth for the first time and how she did a big curtsy for her. It was kind of a surprise meeting, and Meghan compared it to something out of medieval times, which made things even more awkward. And Harry was feeling uncomfortable too, if you look at the scene. And the way Meghan did the curtsy with the exaggerated gestures and what people would describe as a sarcastic tone, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And they thought she was making fun of the Queen and making fun of the whole royal tradition. Some people were super critical, saying that this was so disrespectful. But other people, they defended her, saying that, oh, it's just her getting used to the cultural differences. Either way, this whole thing triggered a ton of backlash for Meghan Markle, and to this day, she definitely cannot live down that moment. It's still something that people talk about. There was also that incident with the microphone that was pretty awkward, where Meghan Markle, she was there trying to snatch a microphone from a female host at a fancy charity event, and this was hosted by Kevin Costner, the actor. Bruh, yeah, it was so cringe, and the host totally ignored Meghan's gesture, and it ended up all over the internet. People were talking about it, saying like, come on, Meghan, like that was bad. Some people said that Meghan was trying to steal the spotlight here, but other people said that it was just a mistake or that she was just trying to be helpful. Either way, it didn't make Meghan look good at all in the public eye, especially since everybody knows how Meghan Markle really loves the spotlight. There was also some body language experts that weighed in on this moment, and they suggested that Meghan's grab of the mic gesture and subsequent actions afterwards indicated that she was trying to recover from an embarrassing moment. So she had an awkward moment with meeting Queen Elizabeth, but then there was also another awkward moment when she met then Prince Charles, who's now King Charles. Meghan's first meeting with King Charles, back when he was Prince Charles, at Clarence House was a huge deal. Not just for her relationship with Prince Harry, but also for her whole introduction into the royal family. It was a formal meeting, and let's be real, both Meghan and King Charles, they were probably, a little bit nervous as to how this was gonna go down. And Meghan's American ways came out when she gave King Charles a hug. Yeah, it was a shock. It surprised Harry, it surprised King Charles, because yeah, that's a big no-no in the royal world. I think it would have been a bigger deal if he was currently King Charles, not still Prince Charles at the time. But either way, Charles, who isn't exactly known to be a big hugger himself, was of course pretty surprised, but he played it cool, and Meghan quickly caught on and switched to the traditional cheek-to-cheek greeting. Yeah, and this whole thing just goes to show you how awkward it could be when you're trying to adjust to new traditions. Another awkward moment that still haunts Meghan Markle was the Oprah interruption. So in the lively city of Santa Barbara, a bookstore was opening, and it was like a magnet for bookworms and people who are into literature. And you had celebrities like Oprah Winfrey there, as well as Meghan Markle showing up. And it was supposed to be a night of book talk, as well as deep thoughts and discussions. But yeah, things didn't go exactly as planned. Meghan Markle stepped up to the mic like a boss, looking all confident and charming, and she started talking about how books and bookstores make her feel safe and cozy and a bunch of other things. And everyone was hanging on to every single word that she was saying. They were completely soaking it all in. But then suddenly there was a little bit of a commotion in the back. Oprah Winfrey, of course, a legend in her own right, made her entrance. And she's got that commanding presence. You know, she's Oprah. When she enters a room, everybody sits up straight, everybody acknowledges, everybody recognizes that Oprah has entered the building. But as she made her way to her seat, she accidentally walked in front of the camera that was filming Meghan Markle's speech. And it was like a scene from a comedy movie, and the audience didn't know whether to laugh or to cringe. Meghan stopped talking for a second there, but she totally kept it cool, and Oprah realized what she had done and apologized real quick. Meghan was gracious about it, and she understood, like saying, you know, no worries, it happens and whatnot. But there was a journalist named Elizabeth Holmes who's known for being sharp and funny. She posted about it on Instagram, and she said that Oprah's entrance was so stealthy that it was like she was a ninja, and it was a short interruption, but it left everybody feeling a bit awkward. And of course, even Meghan was feeling a little bit awkward when she was interrupted like this by Oprah. But hey, it is Oprah. What do you do? What can you say? After that little hiccup though, Meghan went back on to talking about her love of books and how they can change your life. And the audience got to see two celebrity women, Meghan and Oprah, handle an awkward situation on the spot. There was also another incident at Wimbledon with Meghan Markle and her security team. So her security team had asked attendees at Wimbledon not to take photos of her, even though she was in a public area. And this led to a lot of criticism as well as accusations of her being a diva. And some reports suggested that the requests were made even when photographers were not directly aiming their cameras at her. So yeah, this rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It definitely was pretty awkward because they're like, Meghan, who are you really? You know, she was being called a diva here. Another moment involves the show Suits that she was on. Well, not the show directly, but people that were on the show. So in Suits, Meghan Markle played Rachel Zane, and she was surrounded by rumors that made everybody, you know, wonder like what is going on. And apparently she had some crazy requests that were way out there. Like, can you believe that she wanted a private screening of the show's last episode at Kensington Palace? Like she was some kind of VIP. Yeah, this is what people were saying. They were like, well, okay, Meghan, you know, simmer down a little bit. I mean, usually popular shows celebrate their endings with public events for all their fans. And maybe there's a VIP after party or something, but you know, that's not all that people were talking about when it came to this. There were also some whispers that Meghan Markle asked her castmates from Suits to literally skip her wedding to Prince Harry. And she was pretty much saying that she wanted to separate her work life from her personal life. But some people thought that she was trying to act all high and mighty and distance herself from the people that she worked with on the show Suits. The private screening thing really got a lot of people talking, and some people thought that Meghan wanted to control how everybody saw her for leaving Suits and joining the British royal family. And they called her a diva and said that she was trying to create a certain image of herself for the public. But in the end, despite all of the opinions and gossip around this, Meghan Markle, you know, she made her choice. She continued to marry Prince Harry. She moved on. And there's still, though, a lot of people that are saying that, okay, her attitude definitely changed. And this is just something that she will never be able to live down because a lot of people felt disrespected. This next incident takes us back to 2018 during a royal trip to New Zealand. Meghan Markle's wardrobe choice had the entire world talking. So she rocked a sheer black skirt, and you could literally see what she was wearing under. People went nuts, of course, saying that it wasn't right to wear something like that in public, especially for somebody in the royal family. However, upon further investigation, it was actually how the pattern on her dress was arranged that made it look like you could see what she was wearing under the dress. Clearly, her stylist completely missed this. The whole thing really made it clear that every little thing you do, even as simple as choosing what you wear and how it looks in the different lighting, matters, especially if you're a celebrity like Meghan Markle, who is definitely going to be haunted by this moment, I think pretty much for the rest of her life.
Being a member of the royal family isn't easy. As soon as Meghan Markle got engaged to Prince Harry, the public scrutiny of her outfits increased.
Could Meghan Markle be the queen? Whoa. Hold on. Before you take my question way out of context, could Meghan Markle be the queen of awkward moments caught on camera?
Getting embarrassed regularly is considered normal for normal people, but not so much when you are trying to impress royals.
Because my gut tells me that there aren't many people who are constantly being watched as much as her. Which begs the question, does Meghan just happen to have so many ridiculous, awkward moments that are always being caught on camera?
There's no class in some person who goes sit like this, cross your legs like this, use this fork, don't do this. Doesn't happen.
Or does she have a normal amount of these awkward moments, but the cameras are always rolling, so it seems like they're happening more often than they actually are, and it's disproportional? The answer to that question actually doesn't matter. Because either way, we're diving into the most awkward Meghan Markle moments, from wardrobe malfunctions to ignorant actions towards the queen, that have been caught on camera.
You'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that.
Alright, picture this. A royal wedding, a celebration of love and friendship, and now add in Meghan Markle, known for her deliberate and sometimes accidental challenges to the royal dress code. Because why not, right? In this tale of fashion finesse and unintentional rebelliousness, Meghan attended the wedding of Harry's close friend and suffered a wardrobe malfunction.
Twitter exploded when Meghan appeared to suffer a very minor wardrobe malfunction.
According to the fashion detectives over at Entertainment Tonight, the top button of Meghan's dress decided to make an early exit, revealing a peek of a black lace undergarment. Oh, the audacity for someone newly navigating the intricacies of a very conservative family, the royal family. This was undoubtedly a moment that made even the most seasoned Duchess feel a little bit too awkward. In the grand tradition of social media over-analysis, one Twitter user could not resist the urge but to share their fashion expertise. Quoting, "Meghan stepped out in dark colors like someone attending a funeral. And did she deliberately flaunt her bra for the camera?" They pondered. Because, you know, attending a wedding in dark colors is practically a fashion crime, and the unintentional peep of said undergarment might have been a strategic move in this world of royal fashion espionage that Meghan is diving into. Alright, let's talk about the Endeavour Fund ceremony during Meghan's engagement to Prince Harry. The event, usually smooth sailing, hit a few bumps in 2018. Meghan was on stage presenting awards when a slight mix-up with the notes caused a terribly awkward silence. Her co-presenter confessed to having different notes, and while tension rose, Meghan did her best to lighten the mood with a few laughs. But, eventually the ceremony did end up getting back on track after a brief hiccup, thankfully avoiding a 2017 Oscars-like disaster. Remember that time when they presented Best Picture to the wrong winner? In Warren Beatty's defense, La La Land was pretty top-notch. Let's take it over to March 2018, Westminster Abbey, during the Commonwealth Day service, where Liam Payne, fellow Brit, the One Direction heartthrob, took the stage, and he strummed John Mayer's "Waiting on the World to Change." You know that one?
Waiting on the world to change.
Well, the performance seemed to wrap up well, with Payne nodding, and the audience was enlightened. Payne started giving fist bumps to his fellow guitarist, and it gets interesting because Meghan and Prince Harry were caught on camera exchanging glances to each other, in which Harry started raising his eyebrows and Meghan ends up bursting into laughter. Oh, did I mention that they're in a church? So what's the inside scoop? Did the two not vibe with the performance? Did Meghan and Harry find the fist bumping with the guitarist a tad too much? Does Meghan Markle enjoy laughing out loud in church? One should hope not. No laughing on holy ground, Meghan. I, for one, hear that Liam's performance was top-notch. Had I laughed, I would forever feel ashamed of my actions. Rumor is that Meghan and Liam Payne are working on restoring the burnt-down bridges of their friendship. Slowly but surely, you two. Let's dive into the sunny streets of California in July, where Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, embraced the local vibes at a Santa Barbara farmer's market. Picture this: Meghan, solo, navigating through the market's fresh offerings, probably checking out some different fruits here and there, some nice vegetables, soaking up the Californian sunshine. It sounds perfect, right? Well, hold on to your sun hats there, fellas, because according to a report, Meghan might have unknowingly stirred up a tad bit of controversy. As captured by the ever-watchful lens of the Daily Mail, our Duchess of Sussex was seen with her pet beagle while going for a stroll through this farmer's market. So who cares? Well, here's the twist. There was a sign in the background. It was lit up. It was a huge, huge sign. And it seems like Meghan might have missed the memo, because the sign boldly declares, "No dogs allowed." We thank you for your understanding and cooperation, Meghan. Well, in her defense, perhaps Meghan is so used to British English nowadays that she forgot how to comprehend signs that are, well, written in American English. It happens. We are all thankful that nothing horrible happened as a result of Meghan's misunderstanding, and all the apples at the market were in fact left intact. What about the time that Harry purposefully avoided Meghan? Alright, picture this one: Harry and Meghan at the young leader's reception, a snippet of awkwardness captured for the world to see. This video shows Meghan reaching for Harry's hand only for him to skillfully evade her hand. And as action happens, he clasps his hands together instead. Ouch, Meghan, that one's gotta hurt. So avoid your wife's hand and put your hands together instead. But hold on, there's a twist in this tale. Enter Blanca Cobb, the body language expert, with insights on this situation. According to Blanca, it's not that Harry is playing hard to get for the cameras. It's more about navigating the royal do's and don'ts. And since public displays of affection are a bit of a no-no in the Queen's presence, Harry might be walking the fine line of royal etiquette. Cobb talks about the moment and notes, Meghan's arms and her hands don't swing naturally. It's as if she's keeping it within Harry's reach for that when the moment presents itself, they can hold hands. So it turns out it is less of a diss and more of a strategic move in the royal chess game. After all, when grandma's around, you gotta play by the rules, even if it means, you know, avoiding a little hand-holding moment. Oh, the complexities of being a royal couple in the public eye. Last but not least, Meghan Markle. 7 months pregnant at Mayhew, an animal welfare charity close to her heart. Now enter Peggy McEachran, an elderly Jamaican-born woman with an unconventional compliment up her sleeve. Peggy runs into Meghan and blurts, "What a lovely lady you are. May God bless you."
And you're a fat lady.
And she also happens to eye Meghan's baby bump, with admiration of course, because here comes the curveball. She adds on, "Oh, and you're a fat lady." See, now in some cultures, fat lady might not scream compliment, but Meghan chuckled through the awkwardness and responded with a nice and partially awkward response herself. Yeah, I'll take it. Turns out, in Jamaican culture, this is more of a harmless remark than a comment on your royal baby weight. A fellow Twitter user clarified, "I am Jamaican, this is a Jamaican lady. And this is how we Jamaicans say you are very pregnant." Ah, okay. So cultural nuances. They never really fail to keep us on our toes. And thus concludes the awkward life of Meghan Markle. Did we miss any awkward Meghan moments? Do any come to mind that we didn't gloss towards?
Meghan Markle is a style icon, but so far the fashion world has yet to see the Duchess of Sussex opt for anything other than her signature sleek-looking looks.
Harry and Meghan doing their thing in America, and Harry's off doing his thing in other countries away from his wife.
As Meghan Markle deals with the pressure to improve her finances and her marriage, the stress is actually starting to show up in her physical looks, and this is according to a new report.
The insider says he's fully on board.
Meghan Markle, who is a former actress, she's reportedly losing weight very rapidly, and people close to her are becoming really concerned about this. They're starting to notice this.
Hi, I'm Rachel Zane. I'll be giving your orientation.
Rumors about Meghan's health started when she was seen in Montecito, California on August 11th, 2023, which was a day that was very warm. However, Meghan was wearing a wool coat and a scarf, which seemed out of place, and she also had on a Nucom biosignal process disc, which is a device that claims to help reduce stress and improve sleep quality and enhance your focus.
Well, apparently it is a biosignal processing disc on the veins on the inside of her left hand, which she was showing.
So, with Meghan wearing this coat and a scarf in hot weather like this, as well as wearing an anti-stress disc, something's really going on here, guys.
£235 to nearly £3,000 a year.
And it tells you your mood and it helps you to
de-stress. And some of us can't afford gym.
Now, there was one source that said that Meghan's recent appearance can actually be attributed to the enormous stress that she's facing and how it's affecting her body. And this is what they had to say. Meghan's anxiety kicks in when she's not in control. It seems that the pressure of making her mark in Hollywood is finally getting to Meghan. Trying to reestablish herself, constant money problems, Harry traveling and leaving her alone a lot, it all adds up. She's stressed and friends are afraid she could be spiraling.
Take notes, I'm not gonna repeat myself.
But that's not all, guys. The source also went on to say this. When Meghan is stressed, she barely eats. Friends say she's dropped at least 15 pounds. She doesn't have an appetite when she's juggling a lot.
Oh, the best way to kill time on a flight is to drink wine and watch movies.
So reports suggest that Meghan is actually dealing with a lot right now, and that has to do with a lot of the uncertainty, both in her work life and her personal life. And this seems to be impacting their finances as well as affecting their marriage, her and Harry on a whole.
After producing just one 13-episode podcast series for the firm before separating, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been dubbed.
Now, the same source also commented on this. They said, being millions in debt is extremely stressful. Sometimes she's not able to sleep at night because of it. Keeping up the lavish lifestyle they led isn't easy. Of course, things cost money, and if you want to live big, you gotta be earning big as well. Also, in addition to that, there's a report according to Radar Online that had this to say. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been worn down after public backlash, failed business deals, and public spats with their loved ones, palace insiders revealed. They're trying to figure out what hit them. Harry doesn't fit in Meghan's tacky Tinseltown world. So this is an interesting perspective, guys, because Meghan Markle, she's used to the actress lifestyle, the Hollywood, sort of being around celebrities. Harry, yes, to some degree, because Harry has always been well known, he's always been famous, but he's never been in Hollywood and in that circle, so it's definitely difficult for him to be navigating that world as well. On top of that, trouble in the marriage, and at the same time, the public doesn't like you. And on top of that, not just the public that doesn't like you, but your own family don't like you as well. Yeah, so all of these mounting pressures and all these problems and everything that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, have found themselves dealing with right now is really impacting Meghan Markle's health. And she before was a relatively thin woman. So if she's losing 15 pounds and like just how much more is she gonna lose? And could this be something that could be very detrimental to her health? We don't know.
Being a member of the royal family isn't easy. As soon as Meghan Markle got engaged to Prince Harry, the public scrutiny of her outfits increased.
Fashion mishaps, they happen. Especially when you're in the public eye like Meghan Markle is. People will just notice things. Here are the most awkward Meghan Markle wardrobe malfunctions.
Getting embarrassed regularly is considered normal for normal people, but not so much when you are trying to impress royals.
Back in 2018, as the royal tour was concluding, with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry finishing their 16-day journey across New Zealand, Australia, as well as Fiji and Tonga. On her final day, Meghan Markle wore a custom Givenchy skirt that appeared slightly see-through in some of the photos.
Meghan Markle steps out in a see-through skirt.
However, this wasn't a straight-up wardrobe malfunction, but it was because of the fabric. Like, depending on the lighting, it looks like it's see-through, as well as the pattern on her skirt. How it's stitched and the lighting, it gave an illusion like you were literally seeing her underwear. There was another incident during her 37th birthday where Meghan Markle attended the wedding of Prince Harry's friend Charlie Van Straubenzee, and he was getting married to Daisy Jenks. And Meghan's outfit, which was a color block pleated shirt dress from Club Monaco, revealed a black lace camisole underneath due to an undone top button while she waves to the crowd.
Twitter exploded when Meghan appeared to suffer a very minor wardrobe malfunction.
That incident made headlines all over the world, and people were even accusing her of doing the wardrobe malfunction on purpose just so that she can have all of the attention on herself. Going back to October 25th, 2018, Meghan Markle arrived in Tonga and she was wearing a gorgeous red self-portrait dress worth about $600, and it was paired with navy pumps. While stepping off the plane hand in hand with Prince Harry, her husband, royal fans, they noticed a wardrobe malfunction there. The tag of Meghan's dress was still attached and it was swinging in the wind at the back. But despite this, the couple was warmly welcomed by the airport staff, carrying a sign that read, "Welcome Harry and Meghan," and the crowd sang traditional songs and danced while waving Union Jacks.
The welcome like no other, Pacific Island melodies accompanying the kingdom's Princess Angelica.
The next Meghan Markle wardrobe malfunction happened during the Festival of Remembrance on November 10th, 2018. Meghan Markle, along with other royals, she experienced a wardrobe malfunction and that stole the show. At that time, she was a mom-to-be and she spilled something on her pantyhose, resulting in visible splotches, and it raised concerns of, what was that? Like, what's spilt there? Like, what is that? It was from her foot all the way to her shin. Despite her black pumps and the baby bump hidden beneath her matching coat dress, that random wet mark on her leg on the right, it was completely noticeable, making it seem like she had been out in the rain or had something spill on her. This next incident has to do with Meghan Markle, and she was wearing a navy jacket with white edging. However, people looked closely and they observed an unfortunate wardrobe malfunction from behind. A temporary stitch was left holding together the flap at the back of the coat, and these tacking stitches, they are typically meant to be removed before the garment is actually worn, and they're used by seamstresses to hold elements of the clothing in place while they work on the rest of them. So yeah, her stylist definitely overlooked that one.